Going around this ship bad.
Pardon?
It's going around this ship bad.
Oh, no. Take care.
Order of the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Before any executive sessions,
Still none held.
public comment.
Morning, Judge.
Good morning.
Morning.
George Stankovich, Palo Alto. Once again, I'm here for veterans and senior citizens, the ones that are being just abandoned. I think it's a crime. I heard some reports in Pennsylvania, basically, but I guess it's even higher in Schuylkill County. Homelessness has gone up a great percentage, over 25%. Some say 35%. This is ridiculous. Ridiculous. And veterans are hit hard too. And I'm telling you, as a local government, state government, and federal government have failed us. Have failed us. Because there's people out there losing their homes right and left. Now, they give us 2.5% on Social Security raise. 2.5%. State gets 3.4%. Federal gets 4%. Isn't that nice? I thought they were working for us, not us working for them. This is ridiculous. If I had my say, I'd put them all on a 10-year that they can't get a raise. A raise. And I'm talking politicians. This is ridiculous. These guys, most of them, if you go into federal government, are millionaires already. What do they need benefits for? What do they need these big salaries for? And they leave the people stranded. California, it's a disgrace. It's a disgrace. And insurance companies, and who's going to pay later on? You and I. You and I. Our insurance rates are going to go out of sight. Out of sight. There has to be a stop to this nonsense. When we can't afford to pay taxes, that comes more important. People are wondering, well, can I eat? Can I get my medication? No, I have to pay my taxes because they want to be legal. They don't want to be charged with anything like that. But yet, if they don't pay, guess what? Get out. That's how they feel. This is ridiculous. I'm tired of this nonsense, and I want to hear these homelessness figures. And I'm telling you, as bad as it is, it's actually worse because more people are going to be hit by this. We've had at least $2,000 or $3,000 increase of what we have to spend. And I'm not even counting food and what we have to spend. Where are these people going to get the money? Where are they going to get it? Ask yourself that. Your next door neighbor, when he has to move. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. And I'm ashamed of all the government officials. Every one of them.
Any other public comment? Go on.
Have y'all missed me?
Yes.
Good answer. Okay.
I didn't think of that.
Yeah. Melinda Diver, North Manheim Township. Couple things I want to hit on today. First thing, when is it scheduled for you guys to vote to either certify or not certify the reassessment? When is that?
I believe it's
Schedule.
closer to the end of 2026, or the end of 2025, because it takes effect 2026, so it'll probably be a couple months before the end.
Okay, so you have to wait to see, like, what the parcels, like, once everybody, either if they're gonna
And they have-
appeal
yeah,
and that type
And
of
we gotta
thing.
make sure people kind of understand that they have the ability to that appeal process that we're working on now. I think they said there's gonna be 15 appeal boards, I think,
15 people,
15,
5 boards.
5 boards with 50 people total on the boards.
Phew, okay. Okay, I did want to check on that, so not until towards the end
Yeah.
of this year?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, one thing I would like to reiterate, the people of North Manheim Township, we are not opposed to responsible development within our township. I think probably most people in the county are not opposed to responsible development. But whether you're talking the west end of the county and they're having to put up with 3 feet of human waste coming in from New York and New Jersey being spread on prime agricultural soils out in the west end of the county, they're not in favor of that. Just like the people of North Manheim Township, we're not in favor of prime agricultural soils in our township being used to plop down 2.5 million square feet of mega warehouses. I don't know if any of you have looked into that proposed project in our township, but the developer is proposing warehouses not to exceed 110 feet in height. Do you realize how tall that is?
15 stories?
Get the heck out of town. Where else in the United States of America do we have warehouses that huge? Anybody want to venture a guess? California. Is this the proper place to put an industrial development? That land is zoned residential, low-density residential, agricultural. And Boots, I know that you have long been in favor of trying to spearhead and promote farmland preservation in this county. At some point, I would like to personally hear what your thoughts are on this proposed project. We cannot, this is not the proper place. It's my understanding, I believe Redding Anthracite, the Jack Rich family, probably owns somewhere in the neighborhood of 26,000 acres in Schuylkill County. Perhaps they might have some land, maybe up around Gilberton or something. They might have a few spare acres that a warehouse project could be located. Prime agricultural soils, once that's gone, we can never get it back. This is not the proper place.
I have a question. As far as I know, there's still nothing officially in front of North Manheim Township that I know of from questioning it. Is that correct? Because I know you go to meetings, and that's what I was told, that there's nothing official in front of anybody yet.
They're trying to call it a draft plan,
Okay.
which in North Manheim Township, there is no legal language that allows for a draft plan. But once they actually submit what's called a sketch plan, that's when the clock starts ticking and they actually have to, start paying fees and that type of thing. So they're trying to skirt that. So instead, we're just gonna call it a draft plan, a concept plan, they're pulling terminology out there, what's.
Because I inquired, I asked if there was anything official, and as far as I know, there isn't.
Right.
So that's just, until it becomes official, you just gotta keep going to the meetings.
Well, yeah, we will. After this, yeah, they can expect to see us there for every single meeting coming down the pike.
Okay.
So, okay, thank you.
Wayne Bowe's the supervisor, right?
He's the chairman of the Board of
Yeah, I
Supervisors.
reached out directly, and you and I share the same concern. He said the problem is if we try to block it, we can go to court and wind up getting a lawsuit and paying damages. So
No.
that's the crazy part about it. We have to stay within the rules of guide. I mean, I personally don't want to see it, but my personal opinion as opposed to what's legal, what's right, what the zoning hearing board says in your township.
Boots, I think that's what they call a scare tactic, because North Manheim Township has, we have land that's zoned commercial, industrial, residential, agricultural. And I think the problem is this developer was too late to the party, so to speak. We may not have hundreds and hundreds of acres left that's zoned industrial for them to put the type of project that they're looking to do, you know what? Then pick up your stuff and move and go somewhere else. We have land that's zoned appropriately for what we are trying to do within that township, and changing agricultural zoning to industrial when you're including homeowners. So we're going to have where people's homes are located, we're going to have that zoned industrial. Are you kidding me? Absolutely not. So we would appreciate it at some point if, you know, our commissioners could issue even like some sort of public statement or give us an idea where you stand on projects of this type within this county. So thank you, appreciate it.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Good morning. Thank you, Commissioners, for allowing us to, to make comments about the warehouse. My name is Mark Alonge, 102 East Adamsdale Road, North Manheim Township, right in the middle of the warehouse, mega complex. I'm part of a community group, Stop 61 Warehouses, that were opposed to the warehouse development. My wife, Carol, and I have been on our farm in Adamsdale Road for just about 45 years. We've raised our family, we built a life. It's the only home that we've ever known together. Our farmhouse has been there before Schuylkill was even a county. That's how old it is. But that could all change. As Melinda mentioned, a warehouse developer plans to convert farmland, commercial property, and homes into this mega warehouse. Again, I'm going to repeat this because it's worth repeating. According to their draft ordinance plan, it could exceed 100 feet in height. And it's also going to include 500 acres that they're trying to acquire. It's going to include the farmland and parcels along 61 from just about from Liberty going into Origsburg, parallel to Adamsdale Road, past Greenview and up to Briar Road. It's going to include 500 acres. Directly across the street from Blue Mountain High School, a quarter mile away, right across the street from Schuylkill Country Club. Melinda mentioned this too, and we talk about this all the time in our groups. We're not opposed to development in our township, but we are opposed to something on this scale that's going to destroy the landscape, that's going to destroy our way of life in southern Schuylkill County. There's no doubt about it, it's going to significantly increase heavy truck traffic on 61 corridor. It's not going to just affect North Manheim Township, it's going to affect everyone in Schuylkill County. The corridor up from 78 to 81 and 61, from 309 from 78 directly into Origsburg, downtown Origsburg, onto 443, onto 61. And on the 183 corridor from 78, right into Schuylkill Haven on 443. We can expect, based on the size of the warehouse complex, about 2,000 additional tractor trailers, not only on our major PennDOT roads, but also on our smaller roads that are definitely not equipped to handle that kind of traffic. We could also expect, and there's no doubt about it, Melinda talked about reassessment, but I'm going to talk about how it's going to lower our property value, not only the people who are directly in or around the warehouse, but also the people that are in the Origsburg, Landingville, Schuylkill Haven area. It's going to increase air pollution, water pollution, and it's going to decrease our way of life in our township. Melinda talked about the overlay enterprise zone. That's not going to be 500 acres. Their draft plan includes the overlay plan to be 700 acres. It's going to go all the way over to the Memorial Cemetery. That land is going to be overlaid with industry. It's now commercial, agricultural, and residential. And there's no doubt about it, it's the developer's draft plan will change that land into industry. It's gonna overlay all of the existing zoning, which, as you guys know, it's illegal to spot zone in Pennsylvania. They're trying to circumvent the law by using this overlay plan. We know that you have no,
You have 3 minutes for a comment. I left you on a little long. So
There-
if you want to
there-
finish your
there-
last statement.
I will.
Okay.
We know you have no oversight
Yeah.
in the township, but we're asking you to oppose this project and do anything you can to help residents of North Manhattan Township to keep this project away. If you need any more information, we do have a website, Stop 61 Warehouses, and you can get a lot more information. And I do have the zoning map, and if you're interested, I could,
I'm just curious, did this guy say, does anybody know what is he proposing for? Is this just a spec building, or is it like an Amazon building, like they built it for Amazon, built for
I can answer
Amazon?
that question. when I
Okay, because I've never heard what it actually,
speak. I can answer
is
that
intended
question
for.
when I speak.
okay,
I did give the draft plan to your
Okay.
solicitor, so he does have the draft ordinance plan.
okay.
But thank you very much, we appreciate it. And again, we have so many people, we have 1,000 people on our petition, and lots of other people in and around the area that want to try to keep this away from southern Schuylkill County. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
My name is Carol Lange. I'm the other half of the Mark and Carol show. And I'm here to put a personal spin on this because, of course, as he said, we live directly across the street where this mega complex is supposed to take place. Just to give you an idea of the scope of this, if you're familiar with South Schuylkill, down around Forget-Me-Not Flowers and down behind Bertolet, Volkswagen, starting there at the top of the hill where the Oak Hill Inn once was, all the way up through 61, through the intersection past Renegers, all the way up to Schuylkill Memorial, going back. We're on Adamsdale Road on the back side, and that's a road that if you take Liberty Street and go back through across 61, on Adamsdale it goes all the way into Schuylkill Haven. This is also going to have a profound negative effect in Schuylkill Haven as well. We were talking about the traffic. Mark was in highway safety, I worked in highway safety too. And we have a little in-depth knowledge of tractor-trailer traffic crashes involving tractor-trailers. And there's a lot of people on this group that also have been in emergency management, working with the fire companies. So we have a very diverse, deep area of intellect revolving all the different parts of this development. We didn't find out about this until October of this past year. It has been in the pipes since the spring. We found out through people who were approached to sell their property. We were not one of them, we're not directly on it, but we're directly across the street. The developer did this, and I'm only gonna say this through the back door. People who were involved in it and pushed it forward, I think by this time, he kind of envisioned this already being at the end of the pipeline, not where it is right now. But when we got involved, and I mean everybody got involved, the whole neighborhood got involved. We went door to door. We worked with people when they were out voting. We were all over. We have signs out. We have the website that's been out there now a little over a month. We're trying to get the information out to everybody in Schuylkill County, not just where we live, how this is going to impact everybody negatively. They talked about the scope of this, how big it is. You cannot imagine. Where we live, we have a small horse donkey farm right across the street. We have a lot of flooding when it rains from the hill coming down that we contend with on occasion, maybe 2 big storms a year. I can't imagine what this is going to be like if you have these buildings out there that are that tall with any kind of air pollution, water pollution. We have wells. Anything of that fact that's going to negatively affect all those people on Adamsdale Road directly across from this. And that's not including, and you'll talk to some of the others soon, that live right here in the midst of where this is going to take place, feet from it. It's supposed to go right up. And it's not only going to be an eyesore, it's going to be very problematic. I can't stress enough how important this is for everybody to, if they at least take a look at the website and look to see what they're proposing, what they're trying to do, and how they're trying to do it. I mean, there's so many ways I'm really insulted by this, but as a homeowner, we're retired there, we love it, it's quiet, lots of deer, wildlife, we have raptors flying over from Hawk Mountain. Great place, but it's all gonna change for a negative, and maybe I'll leave you with this. Once this overlay zone is implemented in there, and any developer comes into Schuylkill County and says, I want that plot of land over there, they can use that as a precedent to say, oh, they did this over in North Manheim Township. We can do this here. We can apply it. It's already been done. It's been proven. We really ask everyone to strongly take a look at what's being done here, how it's being done, and to understand. And I invite you to take a ride down Adamsdale Road from Schuylkill Haven all the way down to Liberty Street and go through there and see what can change and how terribly it can change. And I thank you for your time.
Morning.
Morning. Larry Hoffman, 39 South Greenview Road. I'm actually bordered on 3 sides by the Beaver Farm. My house just celebrated 100 years, 3rd generation. I have some real concerns also with the height of the building. What happens if you get a fire in a 110-foot building? Look at California right now. I talked to neighboring fire companies. I know people in all of them. There's none in the 6 surrounding municipalities that have anything near capable of anything in that height to fight. Approximately 20 years ago, I went to put a pole barn up there, and the current building code is you can't put more than 25% building coverage on your property because it was agricultural. So I downsized mine to make it fit, but now the commissioners in North Manheim Township want to change 500 plus acres up to maybe 700-800, depending on all's involved. I also am in a floodplain, so they got to be in a floodplain. And as we talked before, taxes would go up if you could even stay there. I don't know how I could even stay there where I'm at. But your property value would be going down. We know our taxes were just assessed, they went up, we can live with that, but now you'd have to pay more for less. As it is now with that road, it's not monitored real well for speeding. My grandson can't play in the front yard now. I don't know how he would be able to be out there at all with all the tractor trailers. And as far as a part of it, the lawsuits and all, like if you would turn it down, I have 100% positive proof, and I can give you the name afterward, that the current developer, William Aiello, is strong-arming one couple that is in ill health. And they've done it numerous times. They were even asked to stop, and they were even asked to stop by the elderly couple's lawyer. It doesn't matter to me what anybody on the board's party affiliation is. I feel this is like communism. They're going to come in and just take you. What say do we have? I mean, I don't care if you're Republican, Democrat, Green Party, Independent. It's like, you know, they're going to take what the Alonges and I and everybody else here had forever. If the warehouse is somewhere and you move next to it, shame on you, but if you have no say in them coming, when I trace all these, the developer has LLCs made in Delaware. And when you read up on that, Delaware is a lot easier to hide everything. And when you follow a lot of this money, not necessarily with him, but warehouses in general, it all goes back to Chinese funding. There's sites on it. And getting back to the question of when was asked what these warehouses are. At the township meetings, I asked numerous times, they said, don't call them Amazon warehouses. They said, we don't know what they'll be till we fill them.
Oh, okay, so there's no specific,
No,
because I'm
it's,
just curious because of the
Right.
height of it, I'm just curious if it was one of these automated warehouses that have the crane pickers in them, if it's that high. So that's what I was just,
well, when we
because
asked,
I haven't heard, through all this stuff, I haven't heard anything
Right.
of what it actually is going to be.
We don't get a lot of information.
Okay, I was just, okay.
we asked that actual question and they say what they do is they build them and then they look for the tenants.
Okay.
Now,
So
with
it's
that,
a spec warehouse.
well, with that being said though, like, when you look up that, it can be, a warehouse that's medical can fall anything under halfway house, drug treatment, toxic chemicals. It's all vague because we asked that question, they said, don't call it Amazon, just say warehouses because there's no tenants technically scheduled.
Could you finish your last statement? Because
Sure.
I left everybody go over the time with it, so.
Okay, one of my questions too would be, would anybody sitting up front there want it in their backyard? I mean, in their backyard, up to their house, surrounding their grandchildren. And then the other thing is, like, from where we live, it's kind of, where I live, it's kind of barren, but we have like no response now for emergency. Because state police come out of Summit Station, it's a good 20 minutes, you know.
Okay,
Okay,
thank you.
thank you.
Is there any other public comment? You can only,
I also have to put my 2 cents in. Now, I don't know if you had known, it may have been mentioned, but I'm not sure. Much of the information that we obtained was the right to know.
okay,
They're not disclosing it to us.
Okay.
We have to go looking for it, and we have to find out on our own.
okay.
So I just wanted to make sure that you realize this was really a hard time trying to get what we have so far.
Okay.
Morning, Jeff Dunkel, Palo Alto. Thanks, Larry, for letting them go over their time. It's an important matter, and I think holding to this 3 minutes is ridiculous, so I appreciate you letting them talk a little longer. What is the stance on the three of you as far as the certification of the reassessment, if you can answer that at the end? Where do you guys stand right now on it?
I'm voting no. I can answer that easily.
Okay, either one of you two want to answer how you're gonna vote, or?
You're gonna see the way when it all falls out, Jeff, when it's done.
Okay.
We've already paid this money, so you gotta,
I get that, which, it could have been fought, Boots was quoted for $100,000, this could have been fought, but we spent $12 million when we had another company give an estimate of
we
$5
also
million,
spent almost 3 years fighting it through that.
but it could have been.
Wait, let's just hold on one second. I'll
Okay.
give you your time, Jeff. You know that, I'm good with that. We do have to remember, yes, I definitely would have fought it more. It's my personality, I would have fought it more. This is a lawsuit that county was sued like numerous counties around our, nobody's looking into this I wanna know about this nonprofit out of Philadelphia that is going around and suing counties throughout Pennsylvania.
Right.
It's the same nonprofit that sued Tioga, sued Schuylkill. I think they entered into an agreement with Clarion maybe. I heard they're circling Carbon County now. Northumberland County now is talking that they're gonna settle that. And it's the same nonprofit. Like, all of a sudden, some nonprofit from Philadelphia decides, we're gonna sue counties. And it's the same nonprofit. So I have I'm trying to find out who's the donors to this nonprofit. Like, it seems very coincidental that it's the same nonprofit suing every single county to either enter into an agreement with them saying, well, you can't fight it, enter an agreement, or they take to court. And honestly, they win every court battle because of Pennsylvania's law with common level ratios and equalization and taxation. They go in there, they show that there's not fairness in taxation, and right away they go, it's the law, it has to be equal and fair, and they're losing, so.
Didn't everyone that lost though, I might be mistaken, didn't they go with, Mr. Barr's company, and then after each one, they changed their name? I mean, that's a red flag there too.
Some have went with, I guess there's only two companies in Pennsylvania, Tyler And
I think Tyler's out of Delaware, right?
yeah, I think Tyler and I think there's Vision. I believe they're the only two in the state, and I'll reiterate this again. The state needs to fix this problem. It is
Oh,
not
1000%.
fair to counties, and it's not fair that they don't let you do a rolling in thing. You do a third of the county one year, do a third of the county the next year, certain states do that. It's an issue that every time I'm with our state legislators and our state senator and everybody, I bring this up. CCAP everywhere. This needs to be fixed, that somebody can just come in and sue, and you're stuck doing this mess. So that's, I just wanted to reiterate that, because it sticks in my head, like, why is this nonprofit suing all these counties all of a sudden within the last couple of years? It just popped up. We haven't done a reassessment in 30 years. We're already 10 years ago. Why didn't they sue us 10 years ago? Why didn't they sue us 15 years ago? It's like all of a sudden there was this push to sue all these counties to go after them. So it's just very coincidental to me, and it's something I'm trying to look into.
Somebody's making money off it.
Yeah.
Okay, can I start my time over
Go ahead.
again? Okay. So in reiterating that, I know the reassessment, everything with the appeal process. I still have 5 properties that I own that I have not received the paperwork for.
Hey, Jeff.
I-
2 at a time.
I get it, but I mean, if you're starting to set these appeals up and you don't have the paperwork to do it, one lawyer I talked to estimated it could be $2,000 to $3,000 to appeal this, to go through the process. How are these people gonna afford it? They can't afford the increase. How are they gonna afford to appeal it? And the one thing that was brought up to my attention from an elderly person was Mr. Halkovich is still on the county dime fighting his lawsuit, on the hook to pay out of the taxpayers and his legal fees. Why don't you guys pony up some lawyers to allow it to appeal for the people? The people are getting screwed here, and I don't know how these elderly people are gonna do it, fixed income. So moving on, no update on Ms. Stevens, I assume?
Is Mike here?
No.
Because I asked him about it again. Every time I see him, I ask him, Jeff. And I get the same response.
Right.
He's
Miss-
waiting for the,
Ms. Gaffney, she's a no-show again. Claims she was on FMLA, robbing the county. She worked less than 100 hours last year, less than 100 hours, with a $100,000 salary and benefits package. That's disgusting. Now she's threatening she's gonna take over the VA job and try to force the woman there that's in charge. She wants her fired. She does a good job, except for a little bit of more outreach she could do, but I think she does a great job, and for her to try to strong-arm it because she doesn't want to have to run again, that's a shame. Moving on to Mr. Buber and that whole debacle. On July 24th, he announced that he was retiring effective December 31st. On December 18th, you guys backdated a contract to the 13th for $90 an hour, unlimited hours. But if he was retiring on the 31st, I'm not quite sure why we needed to pay him from the 13th to the 31st, unlimited hours for $90 an hour. Now we have him for 1,000 hours in 2025 for $90 an hour. We had a guy locked in that was gonna take the position. Now he don't want it. I guess he hadn't seen the shit show that's here.
no, that's not true, Jeff. What
Okay.
it was the 2 candidates, one was, their background was more in administration, and we thought they could have fit into it, but they weren't. Their background was administration. The other person, the other candidate, was offered more money. I think they were using us to get more money where they were at. So there was nobody, we thought we had 2 candidates. I have no problem with Paul Buber staying on in the capacity it is right now until we have it filled. We're trying to address other candidates. But yeah, it sounds like $90 an hour for 1,000 hours. But we're not paying the benefit package, we're not paying into the pension, we're not paying, $30,000, $33,000 a year for benefits.
But in less than a half a year, he's already making
But-
the salary that you would be paying someone.
But what we're trying to do is we're trying to find somebody to fill that position. It's a very unique, you need somebody, and hey, if you know anybody.
I get it, but July 24th was when he announced his retirement, and we're scrambling now in the new year.
We've been trying since July to find somebody for this position. He actually wanted to retire earlier than that, and I convinced him to stay longer.
It's not even posted in the hallway.
Okay, well, I'll make sure it's posted.
It was posted yesterday on Indeed.
So if you know anybody in banking, or if you know anybody with a CPA, we're looking for that position, and that's what we need. We need somebody with banking experience and a CPA. So it's a very unique skill set.
What
And
about
it's,
Chris Kearns? Can he not?
I've talked to Mr. Kearns numerous times. I have confidence in him, but it's his decision.
Yeah, you can't force him to take it.
Yeah, I've talked to him numerous times. I think there is candidates that I thought would be a good fit for that, and I've approached them from within the county, and they made their own decision.
Okay.
One last
So
thing,
I
and
tried.
then I'm done.
Okay, go ahead, Jeff.
I spoke to most of you about this, the homeless issue, soup kitchen, how they all intertwine. I was in North Carolina, I seen a facility that was state-of-the-art, something that I think would really benefit here in the county. So I'm putting together a group, I have well over 20 people, business owners, entrepreneurs, just EMS workers, everything, that want to make this come to fruition. I understand there's some services here throughout the county, they provide the resources now. But you need to do something to show progress at the end, and so I want to try to get this together. We're going to call it TORN, which is Transitional Housing, Outreach, Resources, and Nourishment. We're going to need the county support with it, so if you guys would allow us to put a task force together, have some county people on it as well, we would like to do this, make this come part of the county. There's a Neighborhood Assistance Program grant that's coming out, which focuses on this, on soup kitchens, on housing, veterans, and we would like to put a grant in, but we would need some assistance and help from the county to put this in. There's also plenty of federal funding that I found for veterans, for assistance in housing. So we have plans to offer resources, soup kitchen, we're working on getting buildings, and everything would be in one. So we're starting from the ground up, and we would like the support of the county.
Did you get the information, Jeff, from that place? You were supposed to get.
Yeah, I'm going down the end of
You're going
February
down in February
for 2
to
days,
get that, okay.
yeah. So I'm gonna stay over down there and see how they, I mean, I was there and witnessed everything, and it's amazing. But I think it would totally benefit the county, and I would love to have you guys support it and allow us to put a grant in on behalf of the county, when we're ready to do it. So I appreciate it, thank
Did
you.
you get that information?
I will, thanks.
Okay, thanks, Jeff. Any other public comment? Okay, I'd like to move on with the meeting, we have a proclamation. You want to come up front? Jim and Dawn. Better take the glasses this time. I can never read it without my glasses.
Me neither.
Do it here.
Do it there.
I will.
Okay, so he wants to do it in the center. So do it in the center because Josh is directing us now. He doesn't want to move his camera, that's what it is. So we have a proclamation, whereas in 2024, a total of 650,000 people were homeless in the United States. And whereas the Schuylkill County Mental Health Development Services and Drug and Alcohol Programs, in conjunction with the Schuylkill County Children and Youth Service Access Management Inc., County Offices of Senior Services, Schuylkill Community Action, Service to All, Veterans Offices, Police Departments of Schuylkill County, Churches of Schuylkill County, and many providers of human resources are directing a point-in-time count on January 22nd of 2025. This brings awareness to our homeless, and also helps us get funding because we have a count on the homeless people that are in our area, and we have a great group of people that work together to provide help for these people, but we need to know where they are, who they are, and how many we have, so that we can get more funding and get more help. So I really appreciate everything you do on behalf of the county and these agencies listed. I don't know if my fellow commissioners have.
Just 2 words, thank you.
Same way, you've always been there, and I remember a number of years when the count first was taking place, it was very small, and a lot of people here have said the need is out there, so I know what you do on a daily basis now, but again, as it continues to grow, we need to bring more services in, and I know you folks have been there day in and day out, we appreciate you helping people that are really struggling, so thank you for the work.
Thank you again for everything you do.
Thank
You
you.
wanna say something?
Sure.
Oh, please don't. Okay, Elaine, what's one?
So I just want to say thank you, one, to our commissioners, for our county administrator, for all of you that are very dedicated to helping us serve those that are most in need in our county. If you don't know anything about the point in time count, this is something that is a federal mandate through every state in America. Every county is responsible for doing that. We thank the county for their support and the Office of Mental Health for leading this brigade. Sean Frankenstein was here today to recognize him for all his hard work. He works with Service Access and Management in the Office of Mental Health to be our lead coordinator. as well as our program servants to all, for coordinating this event. It is something that is covered throughout the whole area of Schuylkill County. This year we have 11 physical sites that we will be at and covering with our outreach teams to reach out to people. There's over 100 volunteers each year that help with this initiative. And it's so amazing to see the community support that we get for this. There was a gentleman earlier that spoke about homelessness, and there is definitely an increase. The last numbers in 2024 where there was over 18% increase in homelessness, which I do think is very underestimated because unfortunately the federal government does not consider somebody that is out surfing as homeless, even though they have no address or no place to stay the next night. They only consider that if you slept on the street or in an abandoned place the night before. The numbers continue to increase. We're hoping we can connect more people with our point in time count. And again, as the commissioner said, we need that federal support because Schuylkill County, as well as many of the other counties in our state, are continuing to see these big increases. And I'll just share.
Sure. We actually have always had a Schuylkill County resource guide. This year we kind of revamped it, made it into a booklet form. It's much easier to read. It is a living document in regards to all the new services that are coming and going. So if you have any updates, feel free to reach out to any of us and we'll be able to get that taken care of and updated for you. This will be given out in our resource bags that we're going to be handing out during the point in time, and also will be available at all of the events that we attend during the course of the year.
Thank you.
So thank you again for everything you guys do. We do appreciate your support.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. It's a pleasure. Thank you.
Can I have a motion to approve the minutes from the commissioners meeting December 24th?
So moved, sir. Second.
On question?
Commissioner Fedora?
Yes.
Commissioner Heatherington?
Yes.
Commissioner Hess?
Yes.
Can I have a motion to approve the minutes from the commissioners work session of January
So moved. Second.
8th? Question?
Commissioner Fedora?
Yes.
Commissioner Heatherington?
Yes.
Commissioner Hess?
Can I have a motion to approve the 2 items that were presented by children and youth at the work session?
So moved. Second.
On the question?
Commissioner Fedora?
Yes.
Commissioner Heatherington?
Yes.
Commissioner Hess?
Yes.
Can I have a motion to approve what was presented by adult probation at our work session?
Motion to approve both items. Second.
On the question?
Commissioner Fedora?
Yes.
Commissioner Heatherington?
Yes.
Commissioner Hess?
Yes.
Can I have a motion to approve what was presented by the School County Transportation Authority at our work session?
So moved. Second.
On the question?
Commissioner Fedora?
Yes.
Commissioner Heatherington?
Yes.
Commissioner Hess?
Yes.
Can I have a motion to approve what was presented by planning and zoning at our commissioners meeting, or work session meeting?
So moved, sir. Second.
On the question?
Commissioner Fedora?
Yes.
Commissioner Heatherington?
Yes.
Commissioner Hess?
Yes.
Can I have a motion to approve what was presented by real estate and coal lands at our work session?
So moved. Second.
On the question?
Commissioner Fedora?
Yes.
Commissioner Heatherington?
Yes.
Commissioner Hess?
Yes.
Can I have a motion to approve what was presented by the prison at our work session?
So moved. Second.
On the question?
Commissioner Fedora?
Yes.
Commissioner Heatherington?
Yes.
Commissioner Hess?
Yes.
Can I have a motion to approve what was presented by the courts of lie robbery?
So moved. Second.
On the question?
Commissioner Fedora?
Yes.
Commissioner Heatherington?
Yes.
Commissioner Hess?
Yes.
Can I have a motion to approve what was presented by agricultural and conservation, farmland preservation at our commissioner meetings, the 4 items?
Yeah, motion to all 4 items. Second.
On the question?
Commissioner Fedora?
Yes.
Commissioner Heatherington?
Yes.
Commissioner Hess?
Yes.
Can I have a motion to approve what was presented by the grant writers, the 2 items?
So moved, sir. Second.
On the question?
Commissioner Fedora?
Yes.
Commissioner Heatherington?
Yes.
Commissioner Hess?
Yes.
County administrator. You wanna read these again or no?
On calls?
No, county administration. Can I have a motion to present, approve what was presented at the work session on behalf of the county administration?
So moved. Second.
On the question?
Commissioner Fedora?
Yes.
Commissioner Heatherington?
Yes.
Commissioner Hess?
Yes.
New business, go ahead.
On finance, we have 11 budget adjustments this week. We have 10 of those are from prior year. We do have one for the current year, and that was made necessary in the district attorney's office, the addition of 2 license agreements for their software. So that's why we're making that was for $345.
Any new business, Carrie, go ahead.
I do, the only thing I want to inform the board that this morning at 9 AM, there was a bid opening for demolition project throughout the county. They will be reviewed and awarded at a later date.
Okay, thank you. Human resources? Good morning, Commissioners. In Children and Youth, we have two promotions. One is Aaron Beach, County Caseworker 2. The rate is 23.0551, effective 1/27/25, rate per the contract. And the other is Kaylee Cicero, also to County Caseworker 2. The rate is 23.0551, effective 1/27/25, rate is per the contract. There are two informational items. One in the Sheriff's Office, the appointment of Aiden Murhan as an unpaid intern, effective 1/20/25. And the other in adult probation is the appointment of Alexis Donati as an unpaid intern, effective 1/20/25. All appointments pending drug test and physical where appropriate, and all actions involving salary or for positions being created are pending salary board approval.
That's all. Can I motion to adjourn? Oh, sorry.
Caseworkers.
Can I have a motion for the two children and youth promotions?
I'll make a motion to approve the two caseworkers and children and youth.
Second?
On question?
Commissioner Fedora?
Yes.
Commissioner Heatherington?
Yes.
Commissioner Hess?
Yes.
Okay, now can I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Salary board meeting. Report of any executive sessions?
There were none held.
Public comment? No? Okay, good.
She's busy out there, so just move on.
Can I have a motion to approve the minutes, from the meeting of December 24th?
So moved.
Second?
On the question?
Commissioner Fedora?
Yes.
Commissioner Heatherington?
Yes.
Commissioner Hess?
Yes.
Controller Yekenship?
Yes.
Approval of the minutes from the salary board work session of January 8th?
So moved.
Second?
On the question?
Commissioner Fedora?
Yes.
Commissioner Heatherington?
Yes.
Commissioner Hess?
Yes.
Controller Yekenship?
Sharon?
Controller Yekenship?
Yes.
Human resources.
I have nothing to report.
Any new business? I'm sorry, board, can I motion to adjourn? Retirement board. Report of any executive session, though?
None held.
Public comment for retirement board? No? Okay. You were ready to jump out of your seat, I saw it.
Glenn is missing the opportunities there.
Can I have a motion to approve the minutes for the monthly meeting December 11th?
So moved.
Second?
On the question?
Commissioner Fedora?
Yes.
Commissioner Heatherington?
Yes.
Commissioner Hess?
Yes.
Controller Yekenship?
Yes.
And Treasurer Yike?
Yes.
Controllers report?
Good morning. During the month of December 2024, we had one member receive a retirement of $1,026,310 with a pro rata payment of $3,995. 3 members received refunds of $11,912. 1 member received a rollover of $15,696. 4 deceased retirees received pro rata payments of $398. The market value of the retirement fund as of December 31st, 2024 was $168,818,848. The total market value of the retirement fund as of today, January 15, 2025, is $167,408,852. Thank you.
Can I have a motion to approve the controllers report?
Motion.
Second?
On the question?
Commissioner Fedora?
Yes.
Commissioner Heatherington?
Yes.
Commissioner Hess?
Yes.
Controller Yekenship?
Yes.
And Treasurer Yike?
Yes.
Any new business?
Motion to adjourn, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.